stressful times. Certainly for people in my country, where we're around now the year anniversary of the 7th of October massacre. Was the Hebrew anniversary a couple of days ago, and I don't know about you guys, like who are going through what I'm going through, but this was a really, really, really hard time for me emotionally. And on top of that, I'm going through some real emotional difficulties around the care of my elderly parents and stuff like that. And I'm not going to lie to you. I also went to the food to look for comfort, to look for solace. And this is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about eating over emotions and what happens when it happens within somebody who's really trying to recover from ultra processed food addiction, and or giving some experience of somebody who is in what I do call long-term recovery from ultra processed food addiction, sugar addiction, food addiction, call it whatever you want, and has really made it my life's mission to help other people. And part of that help is also talking to you about my own imperfections, my own experiences with imperfections. And I think this is so important because many times when we look at programs that treat food addiction or any addictions, right? The focus is on those people who really have huge success. And there is a small minority who manage to do, like, to recover from food addiction perfectly. They weigh and measure their food back to back abstinence, 16 years. And I think those people are amazing. I think they really do give us inspiration and hope. But I'm one of the regular Joe Schmoes that relapses once in a while, that, or I don't call it or slips, or has imperfections in my ways of eating. And sometimes I fall back into certain behaviors that are addictive, like when it comes to my recovery. It is not perfect. And I am here for the people who want to learn to live with their imperfections rather than always striving for something that not for everyone, in my opinion, is attainable. Or you know what? I'm going to say, I know that I've come to terms with the fact that for me, perfect back-to-back abstinence may not be attainable. I don't think it's impossible for everyone. My experience over the last 25 years has shown me that this is not until now a part of my recovery story. My team and I make a huge effort to consistently put out high quality videos to help you on your way to health. If you're getting value from these, you can help us reach more people by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. Thank you. And when I try to force it into that story, what happens is it just gets worse, because then I fall into that perfectionism where if I wasn't perfect, then I was a bad girl. And then it's like, okay, I had a slip, I broke my abstinence, may as well just like eat whatever I want, whenever I want today. That's what I did at the beginning. 25 years ago when I first came into recovery from food addiction and I started abstaining from my drug foods. So, I would have like this perfect abstinence from my drug foods. And then if I had like slipped on a chocolate bar, then that whole day would be basically one long binge until the next day where I'm starting my abstinence again, one clean day. So if I broke my abstinence, that whole day was like completely shot. And when I started studying the science behind addiction and understood how much it matters, if we do go off plan, how much it matters, not just what I ate, but how much I ate, how long I ate it, and of course the reasons why, which is also very important. But because I was consistent, even when I slipped, I didn't focus on the slip. I focused on how to get out of the slip. I focused on getting back on track. I focused on the good days that I've had. I had one day where I had slipped 25 years ago. This was binging on junk food. Well, because of that consistency today, if I go off plan, it's still within the realm of real food. It's been like 7 or 8 years since I've turned to any kind of junk food like chocolate, ice cream, chips, things like that in order to find relief from stress. Does that mean I never look for relief that mistaken automatic behavior of looking for relief in food, does that mean I don't do that anymore? I would lie if I would tell you that I don't fall or slip into that behavior sometimes, especially lately where like things emotionally for me are really, really hard. And then sometimes, yes, my automatic brain takes over and I find myself eating another buckwheat cracker or some nuts, which I usually don't eat, or drinking a Diet Coke, which I really don't drink anymore. Um, but if Diet Coke used to be my crutch when I had sugar cravings at the beginning of my recovery, now like Diet Coke is like, ugh, like I don't drink that stuff. And then if I had a slip on it, well, brush off the dust, keep moving forward. This is the way I was able to really get my recovery slowly but surely over 25 years to a place where today, what I would consider a slip or going off plan or something that I'm not proud of used to be like the height of my recovery. So I just keep raising the bar and raising the bar and raising the bar. Yet with that understanding that I don't have to be perfect in order to succeed. And I think this is the secret to success in my sugar-free recovery program. Is I am here for the people who really want to learn to succeed even when they're not perfect. Even if they do have a slip. How to focus on that next step forward, that next bite, right? That's going to be a clean bite. How to focus on that so that we can gradually raise the bar and in general, in the big picture, continue to live in recovery and with what is called food serenity. Now, food serenity, living in food serenity for me doesn't mean that 100% of the time, 24/7, I don't think about food. I never, it's always planned 100%, 100%. It happens sometimes that, yeah, I have food thoughts, and sometimes those food thoughts lead to unwanted food behaviors in my life. But they are at a level that I can live with it, that I can live with it in peace, that I can live with myself in peace, with my food in peace, with my body in peace, and still maintain a healthy relationship with food. And that is the goal of the sugar-free recovery program. And I think that is a worthy goal for anyone in recovery, even if you're not doing it perfectly. That's really the message of today's video. So it's just to share from my experience. And if you're consistent and if you keep focusing on the positive and on going forward, then even when there is a step backward, we can brush off the dust, keep moving, and then in that way we can gradually raise the bar and raise the bar and raise the bar. And this is how I live in recovery, in long-term recovery. Not perfect, but it's sustainable. Sustainable in a way that I still feel that I am free from the clutches of food addiction, of obsession around food. So sometimes good enough really is good enough. So if you like this video and you want other people to hear it, don't forget to like and share it. And if you're interested in the Sugar-Free Recovery Program, which is a very individualized, personalized 3-month program to break free from ultra-processed food addiction, well then just PM me and we'll talk. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.